and welcome to Virtual Art. In this video we're going to quickly talk about the creation of walls. We're going to explore the parameters of windows and door elements, also talk about columns, the roofs and the floor components. We are going to talk about the railings, and also we're going to talk about the basic creation concepts about creating stairs and ramps. So now let's get started. First, we are going to talk about the creation of walls. I just click here and we can just create here. Just click and click. Here in the options bar we can see some basic parameters. Here we can define if we are creating this wall from its height or its depth. It means that height, it means that from the level that we're creating in this case the level 1, it's going to go up, and depth it's going to go down. So to see it more visually, we are going to go to the sub view, and here I can create another wall. For example, I'm going to delete this one. I'm going to create a wall in using the depth. It's saying that it's changing our parameters. So its base offset now is less 8,000. It means 8,000 millimeters. So I'm now going to draw here. Click and click, now escape to exit the command. And it says that none of the created elements are visible. Yeah, because it is below our level of reference. So now can see that this wall have created below the level 1. So now I'm going to just go here and delete it. Go back to level 1. And I'm going to create my wall in height, which is more common. Unconnected, it means that we are going to insert the parameter here, the height, and it's going to create it according to this. Or we can attach it to a certain level. In this case, I'm going to select level 2 and create my wall again. We can also set those parameters here. I'm going to escape, go to subview, and now its height is attached to level 2. So if I move level 2, it's going to move along with it. So I can also create more levels by going here to architecture, datum, level, and just clicking here. In a south or an elevation view, like this one, or in a section view, we can create the levels. So now our wall can be edited here. We can change its space constraint. We are going to talk in deep the parameters of the wall later. So I'm now just going to go to unconnected and return it to 8,000. Well, if this is a bit confusing, you may change it to meters. We're going to go to manage and settings and project units. Now in length, I'm going to click here to change it to meters and to decimal places, and okay. So now our project is in meters. Now I'm going to check. We're going to check these elements, subjects. A door. I'm going to create a door, and a window. With shortcut we can check here. If I put my cursor here, we can see there the command. In this case for window is WN, and just click here to create it. Now I'm going to a 3D view. I'm going to click here to go to a 3D view, and we can create that Revit is creating the 3D graphics in real time. So to change the size of these elements, we can just go to the type selector, that is this one here. in the palette, in the properties palette. So I click here and I can select another size. If I want to customize the dimensions of the window, I can go to edit type, and here are the parameters of the dimensions. So here I have the height of the window. Here I have the sill height. Here I have the width. Here is an inset parameter. It is the distance between the glass and the surface of the wall the window is in. So I can change it to another value, for example a 0.1, and apply. So we can see that it goes back. I'm going to return it to its original value. So if you want to create, for example, a window of 2 meters by 2 meters, I recommend to duplicate this type and write the dimension in the name. However, you can always put whatever name you wish, of course. And I'm going to change this to 2 and width to 2 also. So here it is. So another value that we can change here is materials and finishes. For example, if we want to change the glass plane material, that is one here, that is the glass material. Okay, we can just click in the name and click here. So our material browser appears. So I can select any material I want and click OK. In this case, cancel. Now we have this construction group here. In construction type, we can write whatever we want. You can put any value here, and it is only for analysis purposes. In wall closure, we are going to check this in plan view. So before we can start editing this to see what those parameters do. So now I'm going to change this wall to another wall that has, like this one, that has several layers. Now the layers doesn't appear. To make them appear, you're going to change the detail level, the level of detail of this view. So I'm going to change it from coarse to fine. To see it with colors, I'm going to change my visual style to shaded. And we have a finish layer here that we can see. So to see it, I'm going to change the scale. Let's change 1 to 2. Now the borders are thinner, so we can see this. So we're ready. I'm going to select the window and select edit type. And here now we're going to see the effects of this parameter. If I say, let's say interior and apply, we can see that this layer is wrapping around the wall. So if I change like exterior, we can see that this one is wrapping around. If I select both of them and are going to find each other at this point. Where are these layers going to find, and if they're going to find, because this one could wrap until it reaches this point, so they may not necessarily find each other, but these circumstances are going to be determined by the window. So the window is going to say where are these going to wrap, where. So that's it for the window properties. I'm going to close this. We're going to go to the next object. This component, we're going to talk about this in the next video. I'm going to talk now about a column. Well, now before going on, I'm going to teach you how to load this parameter, this these families in case you want to load some of them. So I'm going to insert and load family. I'm going to see this one here. And in this case, for example, if we want windows, we can simply find this one here. And here we can find the window that we may want. We can see some more complex windows here. The same with the doors. And the same with the columns that are here, and the structural columns that are here. So the columns that is here, it has, as we can see, the same parameters of the wall. Let's say height and level 3 and escape. Now we can see it in 3D view. So let's move to the next one. Now we're going to talk about the roof. Now it says we're going in the lower level. So it asks us if we want to move this to a level 2. I'm going to say yes. And I'm going to draw it, a rectangle here. And escape. Now we can see that we have here some symbols, here some triangles. This means that it's going to define a slope from this line to the middle or towards the center of the whole roof. So we can change the angle here, or we can just deactivate the slope. So I'm going to select everything and turn off this checkbox here. But I'm going to leave it turned on so we can see what it does. I'm going to commit the changes and go to the 3D view. So we can see here our roof. I'm going to make it a bit bigger and just go. I just did double click there. And okay. You can always just click here to change the roof directly in the 3D view. Now we have a little parameter here, a cutoff offset, a cutoff level. This means, let's say it's in the level 2. Let's say I going to get it a bit lower. Let's say 20 centimeters below. And our cutoff level is going to be the level 2. So it's 20 centimeters below the level 2, and the cutoff level is going to be level 2. And this is what it's going to do. As its name says, it's going to cut off the geometry at that certain level. Now, I'm going to the ceiling. Now we can create it in the same way by clicking here in Sketch Ceiling and click here to create, let's say, this rectangle. Okay. So we can use this to hide all the systems that we may, like the ventilation systems that we are going to, or electrical systems that we are going to create in our project. Now we are going to talk about the railing, ramp, and stairs. So if I create a railing, first I just click a line. And a railing that I like using very often is this one, the glass panel. Is this one. If I turn on Shaded, for example, we can see that it has all the materials already applied. Now I'm going to ramp. Ramp is going to automatically see how long it needs to be to go from the levels to the base level that we have set here to the top level. So I just create a ramp and OK. And it creates it. The same goes with a stair. And if we want to create a stair that has two rungs, for example, one here, we just go to here and I may click and I create another click right here, and it's going to connect the two segments. Here we can just click and drag the different parts to change the size. Okay, it's just telling me that this width is longer than this one. I'm going to click Ctrl C and OK. And it's OK. So we have created here our stair. So that's all for this video. If you like, remember that you can give it a like, and you can always subscribe and activate the bell to receive notifications of my videos. Also, you can follow me on the social networks. Thanks and bye.